Time to see what the wizards are up to.
Kapow! Hey, everybody.
Hi. Rob's having fun with his tough nut gloves. Yeah. Our daughter loves those too. Hey, everyone. Hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. I ate a lot of pie. I don't know about everyone else.
As promised, I'm 10 pounds heavier.
So, one thing I wanted to comment on related to Thanksgiving is thank you to everyone who purchased on our online sale on our store. We had a promotion running where we're donating games to Toys for Tots. So it was a combination of people who signed up for our preview page on the Kickstarter. We were running the same promotion, and for people who made purchases, we're going to be giving about 600 games to Toys for Tots. So
awesome.
Super excited about that in time for the holidays. So it's a great time of year. So thank you everyone for supporting that. And I did also want to mention that for anyone watching, or if you know a family that this would affect, if anyone, needs games for presents so that someone has something to open up on Christmas morning. I know not everyone celebrates Christmas, but if someone's in need and you cannot financially afford to get a game, and our games would be perfect for that person or that family, or a single parent, or even a married couple, doesn't matter what their personal situation is. We're not going to ask any questions. You can send me an email, Debbie@whitewizardgames.com. We would love to help. In Boston, they have like the Boston Globe Santa where you can kind of write in and they make it a whole public thing. It's not going to be like that. Just let us know the mailing address and what they would be interested in. And if we have it in stock, we would love to, make sure that everyone can have presents on Christmas morning if they celebrate. And, if there's some situation like this on another holiday where someone is in need, we are very open to requests like that. So, send me an email. So now on to Kickstarter. Yeah. Rob's dying to talk about the Kapow Kickstarter.
So we are entering the final days for the Kapow Kickstarter. We've just unlocked a new mega hero. We've got the porcupine hero has been unlocked. He is this is a mega hero. So this is a character who can fight against two characters at the same, or 2-on-1 play. Also, like all the characters, since we unlocked solo and cooperative play, there'll also be rules that can automate this guy. So if you have the team up tier, you and a friend can team up against this guy where he's automated. We also so this brings us to 4 Kickstarter exclusive characters for the team up tier. Again, we're in the final days. Kickstarter ends on Thursday, so this is our last broadcast before it ends. So if you've been on the fence and sort of thinking about it, now's the time. You can jump over to Kickstarter and back it. We've got as I said, you got 4 Kickstarter exclusive characters that you'll get for backing at that the team up tier level. And we also have a new bonus stretch goal we just added.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah. So if we get to 1,000 backers, we're very close to that right now. I think we're at around 940 backers or so. So definitely achievable. If we get to 1,000 backers, we're going to be unlocking Quintessa, and she is a spacefaring superhero who
I love her.
Yeah, she's super cool looking. And yeah, she fires. She's got these essence energy bolts that she fires, which go right through solid objects, and when they pass through a villain, they suck the evil intent right out of them. So she's a very cool superhero. We're going to be unlocking her for the team up tier at 1,000 backers. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna get there over these last days. So you can check that out. We also have today we're going to be talking about some stuff for the Sorcerer Kickstarter, which we did earlier this year. So the Endbringer has a whole bunch of cool content. We've shown a bunch of it before. If you're not familiar with the Sorcerer game, it's got beautiful art, dice and card driven game engine. And it's like a lot of our games, it's phenomenal with 2 players, but can also be expanded to more. And with the Endbringer set, that's going to allow for solo and cooperative play in Sorcerer. And when you're creating the scenario that you're playing, you create a bad guy, and that's done by taking 3 different elements of them and putting them together. So there's the bad guy themselves. There's their aspect, the like type of magic they use in the army that they're controlling, and then finally there's the scenario that you're playing in. So sort of the rules for the engagement. And today we're going to be talking about the Plague Bringer aspect. So we've got some cool stuff there. Let's the bottom slide of those little one more. No. Sorry, this scroll down. Nope, scroll down. Sorry. That one.
The mouse. This one?
Yeah.
All right, I got it, people.
Okay, so this sorry, there is the oversized card for the Plague Bringer. So basically, you have 3 cards on the table for the bad guy. This is the archetype card for the Plague Bringer, and these show the various some special rules for them and the various tactics that will happen when when the bad guy's minions attack you. There is a special deck of cards. So this set has multiple decks, so that you've got your deck of monsters that you'll be fighting against, and then there's also this big token deck with all these rat pestilence swarms. So on one side you get the pestilence swarm side, and then on the back of the card you've got the plague rats. And so the way these work is the pestilence swarm gets attached to a friendly minion, one of you or your teammates minions, and that will weaken. Basically, you'll get -1 attack, and every round your minion will be weakened. So basically, taking a damage if that damage won't kill it. So basically, weakening your guys that are in play. And when your guy dies, the token flips over, goes from being an attachment on your guy to the plague rat side to be a minion for the enemy. And all the rats basically are kind of like a giant collective. All the plague rats will attack simultaneously when it's the bad guy's turn to attack with the minion. If they attack with the plague rats, every single plague rat in that battlefield attacks at once in a big attacking swarm. So those guys are super cool. Fun. And there's the minions in the deck are more rats for your rat army, and these of course interact with the token cards. So next we have the Pied Piper. Yep.
Oh yeah, someone wrote in the comments, a rat piper.
Yes. So we've got the Pied Piper. When this guy comes into play, one of those pestilence swarm attachments gets attached to every single friendly minion in that battlefield. So when this enemy minion comes out, all your and your teammates' minions are going to be weakened, but are going to be getting those the swarm attachments on them. And that's going to, of course, reduce your attack. And of course, when your guys die, more of those rats are going to be coming out. Next up, we can.
This one.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the Decaying Shredder. When this guy attacks, you're going to be receiving damage based on the number of plague rat tokens in play. So the more rats are out, the deadlier this guy becomes, and you'll be having a bunch of these in the battlefield. These are the starting minions for the bad guy. They'll also be in the horde deck, so more of them will come out during the game, but they'll be these guys will be populating the early battlefield. And one more preview for these guys, which is that one there. And this is the Blight Shaman. And hold on a second.
Sorry, my phone rings everywhere.
This is the Blight Shaman who gives all other rat minions in the battlefield he's in +1 attack, and basically every minion in the bad guy's horde deck is going to be a rat type, and this will also affect your tokens when those when they flip over to the plague rat side. Those are of course rats as well. So this guy will give big bonuses to the entire bad guy team there. So that's a little sneak preview of the Plague Bringer and the rat army that goes along with it. And if you've been keeping up with the Sorcerer Endbringer updates, we've talked about various armies. Last time I think we talked about the Demon Army, and every single one of these armies functions very, very differently. So the replayability for this set is phenomenal. So super cool set. We're very excited about it. Peter Schultz has been working super hard on all kinds of awesome content for Sorcerer for you guys. And
look, he like locks himself in a room for days at a time. I'm at work. I've been here for a couple of days. And I'm like,
yes, he does. So yeah, and we greatly appreciate the work he does. Really awesome stuff. So yeah, and I think we have some Star Realms cards.
Oh yes, I do have a couple Star Realms cards. So let's see.
So the couple sneak previews from the Star Realms High Alert Invasion set. So by the way, these cards are being printed right now. The current the schedule is they're supposed to be done and ready to ship end of December timeframe, December 24th, I believe. Christmas Eve is when they're going to be ready to ship out from the factory. Knock on wood. So hopefully everything will go smoothly in the final printing and packing process, and we'll be getting these on the road to backers shortly. But we have a couple previews. So this set features the double ally ability. So you'll see a lot of cards with the double ally ability here. And both these cards are sort of that we're showing today are baseline cards for the faction. So we've got a Star Empire card here, great in the early game to build up your trade. You can get that ally going for combat, and then if you can get to the double ally, get some discard going. So a nice incentive to jump into the faction early, and builds up in power as it goes. If you can team up enough in that faction. And we also have a Trade Federation card, which is similar in that this is a 1-cost 2 trade card. So really great early ramping ally. You can basically be a mini cutter for you if you can get those allies going, giving you combat and with the double ally authority. So if you can get enough of your Federation cards together, this card it's only 1 cost, but it gets pretty solid as the game progresses. So when you're playing with the invasion set, you're going to see a lot of double ally abilities, so some pretty strong incentive to pick your factions and concentrate heavily on them. Makes the machine cult deck thinning a little even more attractive than it otherwise is, because you can help you boil down your deck and get to those super powerful double ally abilities. So that's the cool new toys we've got for this week.
is where I ask if there's any final questions, and they sometimes pour in. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Cargo Raptor puts Trade Pod to shame. And we had someone that got their Hero Realms. Edward, I'm happy to hear you got it and that you're enjoying it. I know we had some late straggling orders that finally made it out.
Yeah, fulfillment is a little bit challenging during the time of COVID, but Debbie's been working hard to make sure everybody's getting all their toys.
Even just doing the mail outs from here, I know we got some emails that some of our replacement parts hadn't gone out, and it's been tough to have someone coming here. We were usually doing those individual part mail outs from our office. Now we have them here. And so we've done some ourselves, and now have someone that we've trained up, and he's been coming, but not able to come as much as we would like. So, we're working on ramping up, to the pre-COVID capacity there, but fulfillment centers still aren't completely aligned either. Well, we got some questions here. Let's see. I recently was able to... My eyesight's not good. Get my hands on the Star Realms Rescue novel by John Della Roz. Can you go more on your plans on novels, comics, or other media? So for novels, we've been working towards a contract with a publisher that publishes novels, to do a series of novels in the Star Realms universe. And when we have more details, we will share them. We're excited to do more things in the Star Realms universe. We don't have plans to do a comic in the Star Realms universe, but if people, have contacts, or if there was someone that, creates comics or other media that was interested in working with us and, licensing the Star Realms universe to do that, we are, open to those discussions. You can send them, my way, and, love to talk with them about that.
Yeah. So, and we also have some cool flushing out of the Star Realms universe that will be happening with the Rise of Empire, Star Realms Rise of Empire Legacy set that we've got coming to Kickstarter in 2020 next year, 2021, and that tells the story of the rebellion of the Star Empire from the Trade Federation, and you can get a glimpse of the early Star Realms universe through that set. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'd say just internally we are working more on world building and doing more definition around the characters. Pre-art briefs for our games. So I expect and hope that we'll see more deeper content. I know people were very happy with the Sorcerer lore that we recently came out with. If you don't like horror, don't read it. But if you do, that was a creepy little story that came out about the Forlorn Opera House. So, we will be continuing to write lore ongoing. But if that's something people are interested in, continue to ask, let us know. It's good for us to know what people are interested in. So thanks for asking that question. And I love the cover art on John's book. Some people are lucky to have the Rescue Run card.
Yeah, very cool.
I think it might still be on Board Game Geek, the Board Game Geek store. Yeah. Okay, we have a few other questions. Will the High Alert dividers be shipping the same time as the cards?
So yes, basically, again, knock on wood, the fulfillment is the logistics behind fulfilling a Kickstarter are large. There's lots and lots of moving parts, but we basically the Epic storage boxes, the reprint of the Star Realms Universal Storage Box, the High Alert dividers, the High Alert packs, the Guardians of Goanna set, the Epic Duel set, the Lost Tribe packs, the Kickstarter exclusives, all those items are being finished up at factories now, and all of that stuff should be going out in the fulfillment wave knock on wood, hopefully we'll go, everything will go smoothly with that, the process of shipping, the massive coordination, shipping stuff all around the world, dealing with fulfillment centers everywhere. This is something that that Debbie works very, very hard on. So, but yes, they're going to be shipping at the same time.
Oh, I love doing fulfillment. No, thank you, Brexit, and whoever decides the VAT laws and all that. Yeah, great. Make my life so interesting.
Yeah.
Blake, thank you. Blake is just another positive comment on the Forlorn Opera House lore. That was really cool and creepy. Thank you. And the Screaming Cat. Speaking of Rise of Empire, what are your plans for new Kickstarter projects next year?
Oh, we got a lot of fun stuff going. I don't know if we're ready to talk how much.
Well,
we're ready
I think
to talk
we've
about.
talked about Robot Quest, and maybe talk about that. But we are working on our plan, and we do plan to share more ahead of time. But we're not ready today to go into more detail.
But real quick, we have a Kickstarter coming for a game called Robot Quest. This one we teamed up with the guys at Perfect Day, and it's a lot of fun. So basically, this is a deck building game with miniatures. So basically, you're a robot builder, and you create robots to fight in the arena. It's got kind of an anime Pokemon style feel. Here's an example of one of the robots. So you got these cute little robots that go into battle, and the game has a very frenetic video game style feel, where basically you have your robot. You can use your cards to buy new cards for your deck, to move your robot around, and to make attacks and on other robots. When you damage robots, you're going to be getting victory points. Basically, their health converts directly to victory points for you. If you manage to blow up a robot, you get a little bonus points. And but if your robot's blown up, that is not the end of the game for you. You just respawn back to full health and jump back in the fray. Basically, there's a certain number of times robots can be blown up before it triggers the end of the game. And whoever's collected the most victory points from the carnage during that time wins the game. So it's fast and fun. It can play 2, 3, or 4 players, and it plays really great with 4 players. So it's a lot of fun having a bunch of different players moving robots around the arena and blowing each other up. So super fun. That's a super fun game coming out soon.
Do you have a date for the Hero Realms Kickstarter? Like, we want the exact date
so
we can put on our calendar.
So Hero Realms, we've got a lot of awesome stuff in the pipeline. New base set for so lots of new cards for the market. We've got new characters in the works. Debbie ran some promotions earlier where we were getting input from the community on what characters you guys would like to see in the game.
Yes, if you voted in that survey, it actually made some changes.
It mattered.
They were like, all right, you can do a survey. We know, but nope, there was.
Yeah, but
so we
so
added one and we took one, or maybe we added 2. I don't remember,
so,
but I think there was 2 that were added.
Yeah, so we've got this next Kickstarter is going to be awesome. There'll of course be more campaign content for those who for fans of the campaign play. There's going to be new characters coming for Hero Realms, and there's also going to be a whole new set of cards for the market. Basically a new Hero Realms based set. So equivalent of like a Colony Wars or Frontiers for Hero Realms. So lots and lots of awesome stuff coming in the Hero Realms Kickstarter, which will be spring, summer-ish is the rough timeline. We'll of course give you guys a solid date as soon as we've got it locked in. But we've got tons of stuff is done on that. We've got lots of beautiful artwork, really pretty stuff.
And if you have a detailed rules question, I don't know if I'll be able to pull up this card on Mech Fortress. So this is from the card. On
right.
We need better eyes, Rob.
All right.
Let's see.
I have a rules question for Rob on the Mech Fortress shown last week. Its primary ability is draw a card. You may scrap a card from your hand or discard pile. Base abilities are optional, but you can. But can you choose the order you perform those abilities on the card? In other words, can you scrap before you draw the card, or they must play the performed order? Okay, so the way bases work in Star Realms, they have a primary ability. No, I can answer it from his description. So there's a primary ability, and then there may be ally abilities, and there may be scrap abilities. When you're playing with the paper cards, when you put the base down on the table, doesn't do anything. At any point, you can activate its primary ability, when you activate that primary ability, you have to do everything written in the order that it is on the card. So if the primary ability says discard a card, then draw a card, or discard a card, draw a card, you would have to first discard and then draw. Or in this case, if it said draw a card, then you can scrap a card, you'd have to draw first, then scrap. If it said scrap, then draw, you'd have to scrap, then draw. So basically, you have to do that primary ability in the order listed on it. Then the ally ability is a totally separate thing that you can trigger when you want, before or after the primary ability of the card, and then finally, if it has a scrap ability, that is also a separate ability that you can activate. Obviously, once you activate the scrap ability, the card's going to be gone, so you can't activate any of its other abilities. So if there's any ability you want to activate before you scrap, you got to do it at that time. But yeah. So basically, each of those abilities, be it an ally ability, the primary ability, or scrap ability, once you're in the point of I'm dealing with this ability, you have to do the ability in the order that it's listed in that section. But you can choose which abilities to do in which order.
So we have a question about Sorcerer. The feedback is that we've done a lot of packs for Sorcerer that were Kickstarter exclusive.
Yeah.
So what are our thoughts on our retail release plans? Like, will there be more available in retail, or do you pretty much have to go through Kickstarter to get a lot of expansion?
So there is a lot of content. So there is more content that's coming. There are 3 more retail packs that were part of the Endbringer Kickstarter. So we do have more packs coming to retail, we'll likely have and of course the Endbringer set itself will be coming to retail. So we do have stuff in the pipeline for retail, but there are a lot of Kickstarter. There's a lot of Kickstarter exclusive content. Both the Sorcerer Kickstarters did very well, and they did unlock a lot of Kickstarter exclusive content. Now, those we will eventually reprint with new artwork, and make available in retail, but that may be years down the road. So for the foreseeable future, if you want to get those Kickstarter exclusive packs, you could basically back any Kickstarter. You can back Kapow, and we even have a tier. For a lot of our Kickstarters, we have a tier that's just for add-ons. So if you're like, okay, I'm into Sorcerer, but I'm not into the other White Wizard games or Star Realms or Epic or whatever game that you're into. If you don't play all our games and the new game you don't want to get on Kickstarter, you can still back for the Pledge Manager tier and just get the Kickstarter exclusive add-ons from whichever games you're interested in. Of course, we love it if you try out the new games, and we work really hard on all of them to make the gameplay phenomenal. So we think if you like one of our games, you'll probably enjoy the others. But if you do just want to get those Sorcerer packs, you can back the Kapow Kickstarter and just grab that Pledge Manager tier, and you can get the Kickstarter exclusive Sorcerer packs. And if you want to, you can you could add one of the Kapow tiers on as well during Pledge Manager.
It is a very fun game.
It is a very fun game. Super fun.
So, okay. And then Godwin's name would like to know, he really wants his Epic, his new Epic stuff. So he pre-ordered on the website. So, as we all know, everything's been delayed in terms of fulfillment and printing. So a lot of people, like, if they didn't back the Kickstarter, pre-ordered on the website. Now they're like, when am I going to get that? So how we generally do it is backers get all their stuff first, and then we set our retail release date. Once we know when we'll be fulfilling backers for, a month or two after when backers would get their stuff. We have had situations, and this may fit that situation. It probably does, where we've sent out the pre-orders closer to when the backers got theirs, because if there's a long delay and people have been waiting for a long time. So, we'll look at that and see if we can, shorten up the time frame for people who, committed, way ahead of time. Because I know people have been waiting a long time and they really, want the new Epic releases. So we'll discuss. I don't have a date yet. I won't have a date for you until we have an actual date for this. Is when I'm very confident that stuff's going to be in each of the regions and when it's going to be able to be processed. So when I have commitment from each of the regional fulfillment centers, when they're going to be able to ship out our stuff to backers, then I'll set a final release date, retail release date.
Okay, so got a question on the Star Realms Deluxe Nova Collection. So basically, so the question is how will the packs in the Star Realms Deluxe Nova Collection come? Will they be sealed packs for retail inside the box, or loose in the box? So basically, while the Deluxe Nova Collection, so the Deluxe Nova Collection is a foil, like a deluxe foil version of the sort of first Star Realm sets. It comes with score dials and a nice box, board, etc. So while it contains stuff that originally came in packs, the cards that come in this set will not be in packs. They will be packaged together and shrink wrapped. There's foam blocks that come in the box, so they'll be in the box in the card storage row with all the cards in sealed in shrink wrap with the foam blocks on either side, protecting the cards. So there won't be any packs to open when you open up the box. There'll be basically just the shrink wrap to open, and you'll have dividers and stuff so you can organize your cards within the box once you've got it. If you get add-ons, so like let's say you add other non-foil existing product packs to that set, those would come outside of the box. So you'd have you'd open up your box, and you'd have the big box for the deluxe collection, but then you'd also have packs and such that would be packed in the shipping box as well. So hope that answers that question.
Luke's happy it comes away, and we've discussed whether we should open boxes and put more stuff in to save space and this and that, but the boxes are very sturdy when you use them as game boxes, not so sturdy when they're shipping through all the different shipping companies. So we do like them to be shrink wrapped when we're shipping them. Yeah. It keeps them safer. So even with all the things that we do, we actually look at pictures and see how the fulfillment centers are packaging things in the box. We back our own projects, so we get stuff and see how it's packed. We also back other projects to see how things arrive from various fulfillment companies. And still, there's occasional people have a ding or, something's broken, and you, in that case, email support@whitewizardgames.com, and, we send out, and that's what we were talking about earlier when I was talking about sending out replacements. Yeah. So yeah, we do, when it's a damaged product, send out replacements, but generally we don't have a huge number of damaged products. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Thanks for the honest answer. I'm not sure what I answered honestly, but great. So let's see. Any other questions? I think, I just want to comment on Godwin's name too, about the Epic and the Star Realm stuff. So we're pretty close to being able to give a timeline on when we expect things to get into backers' hands. Like Rob said, with stuff being targeting to be completed at the end of December by the factory. When I have that information, I'm confident that, okay, we have a timeline and we're confident, we'll do an update on the Kickstarter. But in this case, I know people have been waiting a while, so I can also like email the late backers and email people who pre-ordered those products to give you
an idea when
a little bit
coming.
more information, so you don't feel like you have to come. I still want you to come every week and hang out with us, but what I'll do is I'll push out that information, which we don't normally do that on the pre-order items, but since you guys have been waiting for a while, I want to make sure like when we have that information, we'll get that out to you. Oh yeah. Okay. Email would be great. So I think that's all the questions we had. I'm just going to reiterate Larry's comment here. 2 days left on Kapow.
Yeah. Go check it out if you haven't already.
I really want Quintessa. I think she's awesome. When I saw that art, I was like, wow. Because, we work on the art briefs and we say like, sort of, this is our vision for this character. But when we get them back, it's always like, wow, it's always like better than we thought it would be. So, and we're really close. So, and I know it's a tough time of year for people. So, it's hard. So, we totally understand if people aren't able to back, but if you're interested in the game, it is super awesome. And I asked Rob to do the solo. I said, hey, people really want solo. And, I wanted solo, but I didn't expect him to do as much as he kind of like took it and went above and beyond and is doing like a full solo board basically for every single hero and villain. So thank you.
Well, to be fair, I got super inspired. Like if if I hadn't had the like epiphany of, oh, this is a super cool way to do this, it just wouldn't have been in the game. But
and he's like, I don't know. And then like that night you're like, I know how I'm gonna do this. And then I didn't see him for a few days and it came out awesome. So if people like solo co-op, and then check out there's a playthrough video on the Kickstarter page of him playing solo and how much fun he actually has playing solo.
And I think that's an important point about the way we make games. Like basically there are maybe some things that we want to do, but unless we can make it so we love it, unless we make it so it's awesome, we're not going to do it. So when we have, when we have solo play in a game, it's not something where it's like, oh, here's a lame tack on. No, like we're really excited about how the solo play works.
Quintessa as a tattoo. Should that be a stretch goal?
Oh man,
Quintessa. Pete and I get tattoos. No pressure.
Oh,
no, I'm
awesome.
Not committing to that. I need to discuss with Rob. Oh, okay. Appreciate the $20 backer tier. Yeah, that's great. I know some people, are really interested in the add-ons, or they're not sure what they want to do, and also this time of year, it's great.
Yeah, and you can back at that $20 level and come back later, and then back when the pledge manager comes out, back at a higher level. Yeah, so that's definitely a nice option for people.
Yeah, and there's actually a couple of people in the community that are doing demos on Tabletop Simulator. I'm trying to think. I know it was posted in Discord and it's posted in the Kapow official discussion group, but they were just like, we want more people to see this game. We're going to do demos, and you can sign up, and they have a Google Doc where you can sign up, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the fans of the game are great. And and check out the we also have a really cool Meet the Designers video on the Kickstarter page, and you can see sort of people playing the game at cons. And the reaction to Kapow has been phenomenal, and we've had it on the table and demoing it.
Can't wait to go to a convention with it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So, we're super excited about Kapow. Can't wait to get it.
The other games are awesome too. So so we've been spending more time working on planning for next year, and and part of that, we're going to have a timeline to like share more stuff ahead of time. We
have a lot of exciting
haven't shared much ahead of time, and we kind of like, here's our new game. It's launching on Kickstarter in a couple of weeks, and we want to actually be part of the whole like COVID thing. Is we've had more time to not be traveling, to think about how we communicate things, and we want to share more. So we're going to plan out more of that so that we, you know, in parallel can be sharing some stuff on the games that are coming in the future.
So there'll be more spoilers on these streams.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.